Hey, welcome back. So today we are going to be talking about homeschool. I am a mom of three and my kids are going into third grade. And today all of their homeschool stuff for the next grade showed up. So we're going to be unboxing it, sharing with you what curriculum we use, what part of that curriculum, what we like, what we don't like. Yeah, all of that. So keep on watching and we're going to dive into what is in these boxes, how it works, what the cost is, and all of that. And so today, 4 boxes and 1 envelope showed up. And my kids they've been in homeschool since they were in preschool. We are a work from home family. And so my husband works from home, I work from home, and it just made sense. We were home that I wanted to homeschool. And this was not, I gotta be honest with you, when I grew up, when I was in high school, I had met a couple homeschool kids that as a child, I thought were weird. And so I always had this thing of like, I'm not gonna homeschool my kids because I don't want my kids to be weird. However, that was based on a very naive, tiny little example from when I was a kid that stuck with me. And so it really wasn't until I became an adult and I started meeting other homeschooled kids. And I can remember meeting some incredible kids that had started businesses, kids that had entrepreneurial aspirations, kids that were very social, kids that just had a good head on their shoulders and were normal. And then I remember finding out, wait, you're homeschooled? Like, you're not weird. How's that? Because again, in my brain, those kids I had met when I was a kid fell into that weird category from my kid brain. And so then I just thought, wow, okay, homeschool, what's that all about? And I started doing some research and the research shocked me. I saw that kids that are homeschooled have a better a lower percentage of getting divorced, a higher percentage of staying married. Kids that were homeschooled, more of them were homeowners than kids that went to public school. Kids that were homeschooled made typically on a percentage basis more money in the workplace than kids who weren't. And I was like, and as a mom, I think all parents in our hearts want the best for our kids. And so when I saw that and we were already a work from home family, it was one of those things that, okay, well, I guess that's true. And then I guess my kids don't have to, because here was the thing, I had asked homeschooling moms, okay, how do you socialize your kids? Because that was my biggest worry, is if your kids are at home, how do you socialize them? Like how, and they were like, go to the park, do activities. Like, they have activities, like homeschooling kids can actually play sports at the local school, And I was like, shut the front door. So anyway, we started homeschooling from preschool and we've done it 2 different ways. So the first 2 years, actually I had preschool, kindergarten, and first grade, I was the teacher. So basically then the company we chose to use was Abeka. It's a Christian-based homeschooling program. And it's biblically based. They have Bible as part of the curriculum. If you so choose, you can leave it out if you're not of, the Christian faith or whatever. We love it. However, I started talking to so the first several years, I was the teacher. So Abeka would send us the curriculum and it gave me a lesson plan. It gave them the books and it would literally tell me what to say. It would say, okay, here's your math lesson, say this. Here's your English, say this. So it told you exactly what to say to the kids. It gave you all the little, the art things to use, the visual aids to use. It gave you all of that. And for the first couple years, I did it. But if I'm being honest, it caused me at certain times to be frustrated with my kids. It caused frustration because I was having to tell them to pay attention again. I was having to tell them to sit down again. I was having to go through the lesson again because they weren't listening. And at the end of first grade, I found out that there was this thing called the Academy, and it was by the same company, Abeka. And we picked Abeka because we had some friends, family members, acquaintances that had used Abeka and had really good track records with it. This company has been around for a very long time. And I didn't want to like piecemeal it. I didn't want to use one system for this, one system for that, and one system for this. I just wanted to have a complete, all-in-one, total, like, here it is. You know, here's your value meal type of thing. And so after that year, I heard about the Academy. And the Academy, you basically got these DVDs, and they had an online teacher. And it was like my kids were watching a classroom. They were involved in a classroom. There were kids in the classroom, and the teacher was an actual teacher teaching them. And we did like a little trial of it. And I was like, my kids responded really, really well. And I remember sitting there thinking, watching this teacher on TV, thinking, O to the M to the G. I have been doing my kids a disservice. This teacher was like way better than me, like way better. She knew all the teachery things to do. She had the classroom with all the visual aids. She knew how to she knew how to teach them like what your lips do when you were making a certain sound. I didn't know any of that. Like I was reading what they told me and my kids were learning, but like she was making it way more fun and they were catching it easier from her because she's the professional than from me. And so we made the decision to enroll the kids into the Academy where they were still going to be homeschooled, but they were going to have a teacher teach them through the TV every single day. And I got to be the mom who sat at the table doing my own thing while they did school, still paying attention, still making sure they paid attention, but helping them with their homework. I was like the on-site teacher. So I got to do the fun stuff. I got to help them with things, but I wasn't the one responsible for all of the teaching all day long, which for me was great because I do work from home. So while they're doing school, I was able to take care of our newborn baby this year. That unexpectedly happened. I was able to do some work, answer some emails on my computer while they were doing school. I was able to prep dinner while they were doing school. I was able to, find a contractor to fix our heater when that went out. I was able to, take care of some banking and bookkeeping and all of that. So I was able to get things done that I normally would have done while after school. So normally I would be in school with them and then I would do all that after. So I was able to get that done. So when they were done with school, I was done and then we could just have fun. So let's go ahead and dive in and see what's in here. All right, so this is a big envelope. I think we'll save that for a second. Let's start with this box right here. Where's my handy dandy trusty little knife? My kids, they were outside playing today and I was like, they're like, Mom, third grade showed up. I was like, oh, awesome. All right. Oh, and here, this is my DVDs. So they ship everything to you. It's free shipping. And these are my third grade DVDs. And you can either pick DVDs or you can pick online streaming. I do the DVDs because if we don't have internet, they can watch these in the car if we're traveling. And no matter where we're at, you can get a hold of a DVD player. And so inside of the homeschool, there's 170 lessons, and each disc has 2 lessons on it. So like this is lesson 1 through 60. You have lesson 61 through 120, and then 121 through 170. And then on the disc, it actually shows you lesson 1 and 2. And then of course, lesson 3 and 4, 5 and 6. So there's all their teaching. And their teacher this year is Miss Heindel. Their teacher last year was Mrs. Chappell. They were like, Mom, we don't get Mrs. Chappell again. Will our new teacher be good? They were so worried about their new teacher. All right. Oh, this one's my daughter's, Liberty O'Quinn. Okay. Oh my goodness. Hold on, I gotta stand up for this. So this is gonna be her books. All right, this is gonna be her books. So you can see in here, actually, let me just open it up. All right, so they have activity time every day. And activity time 3 times a week is gonna be like science, history, health. 1 day a week is gonna be art. 1 day a week is gonna be class singing. So they have exploring God's world. This is gonna be like science. They learn about bees, ants, they learn about gravity, nose hairs, ears, eyes, like all of that stuff. Health, safety, and manners. They have this is their history book, Our American Heritage. So it's actually gonna teach them American US history, which is like super cool. Language, this is their grammar, their writing, and their work text. The writing got a lot smaller in grade 3. In grade 1 and 2, the writing was much bigger. This is their quizzes, tests, and worksheets for health. This is map skills. So this actually teaches them where things are. Where things are. So they actually are going to learn last year they started learning the states. They started learning like countries, continents, bodies of water, all of that. Test and quizzes, reading comprehension. This is just like a notebook. Exploring God's world, testing quizzes, arithmetic tests and quizzes. So they give you all the tests, all the quizzes. Everything is in here. Like everything is in here. You have an arithmetic book, their writing book, spelling and poetry, and then these are their reading books. They get all these reading books, and then they read through all these books throughout the school year. And so that is their books. Now my son's gonna have the same exact copy of those books in his box. And then if I open this up, let's see what's in here. Oh, I think this is my stuff. So then what I get is I get a key. I get like the test key, the quiz key. I get all of that. So I'm able to grade their stuff. So here is, and so in here it just tells you an exact replica of their test. It just gives you the answers. Make sure you keep those put away. If I was the kid and they weren't put away, I totally would have been the one like, anyway. So it's gonna give you, again, it's gonna give you all of these. And the teacher has them take the test. Like she goes to the test with them right on the TV. She'll say, okay, it's test day. She'll walk them through the test. And then when they're done, they'll say, okay, take it to your on-site teacher. And then I just get to grade it, which is super, super simple. And then inside of here, they actually give you a video manual. And it walks you through each lesson. It tells you, it goes through what their seat work is. It goes through the grading scale. It walks you through their homework, how long each lesson typically is, how the tests, their penmanship, creative writing, like it walks you through everything. And then it tells you, it gives you a breakdown of what they're doing in each and every lesson, which I like to look at just because I like to know what they're doing. And sometimes I want to make sure they're doing it right. But you look, here's the deal. You don't have to look at this every day, except for you don't have to because the teacher is teaching it. I just like to look at it as a hands-on mom. I like to know what they're working on, what they're doing so that I can be working with them as well. And most of their lessons, I'm sitting there with them as they're doing it. So I'm hearing the teacher and what she's teaching them. Let's see what's in here. I don't know what's in here. This is their art book. So they each get an art book, and then 1 day a week they have art, and they do things like a color wheel backpack, a globe overlay, stitched owl, an animated marshmallow cannon. They'll like that one. They do a ceramic clay leaf dish, a Christmas bell collage, a charcoal self-portrait. And it basically tells you what you need to do this. And then like here, hold on, how to draw a deer. So they're actually here, they give you a picture of a deer, and then you're supposed to draw a deer right here, and they basically showed you how to draw a deer. There's gonna be things, oh, here it's showing them how to do a charcoal self-portrait. And my daughter loves art. Like my daughter would craft every day if you'd let her. My son loves art as well, but my daughter really loves it. Yeah, there's, let me see here, a Valentine's mailbox. So it's giving you the pages to rip out for your Valentine's mailbox. Super cute. Anyway, and so in my son's box is going to be all the exact same books as what came in here. And so here's the deal. Like for our kids, let me see if the way Abeka works is when you enroll your kids, you have two options. You can pay, I think take 10 months to pay for it. So you can buy the kids tuition and then have 10 months to pay for it. They basically break it up into 10 equal installments. If you choose to pay for it all at once, I think we get a $50 discount if you pay for it all up front, which we typically do. Well, not typically, that's what we do. So let me see. I'm looking for my son's invoice so I can show, well, our invoice, it just has his name on it. Where is it? For one child's tuition, I don't remember where the invoice is at, but it's somewhere. For one child's tuition, it's like just over $900. So like $900, I think, in one, or $903, and that covers like all their books, the DVDs. It's accredited. So at the end of the year, you send all their stuff back in. They're creating a transcript for your kids. And then when they're all done, they get a diploma. My neighbor, she used Abeka with her kids, and she just had a child that graduated. And she's like, it worked! He got a diploma! And so anyway, it's really kind of cool. They tell you exactly what to send in and all of that. And so anyway, let me know in the comments if you have any questions, but our homeschool experience has really been amazing. Like it's been so great to have my kids at home, and like our kids, they know, like if they're talking to some of their friends that go to a public school, they know in most cases more. They've gotten to more, they've learned more than most of their friends who are in public school. Just depending obviously on the public school. Some public schools are, every public school is different. Every private school is different. But what I can tell you is I haven't met any kids who at my kids' age have learned more. And so this is it's been very comprehensive. There hasn't been anything that I've felt is lacking. And for me as a mom who obviously believes in God, our family, we are Christians, it's been really great to see them learning about the Bible every single day, and walking them through it and having her teach the Bible to them on their level, and seeing my kids be able to quote scripture, seeing them be able to know the lessons from the Bible, know the stories, being taught again on their level in bite-sized pieces that they can comprehend. It's just been, we love Abeka. We love the curriculum. We love the program. I love how easy it is. I love that it is hard and that it challenges them. I've heard people say, well, Carmen, isn't Abeka kind of hard? Like, isn't it a harder curriculum? Yes, it is. But as a mom who's raising kids that I'm going to send into the world, I want them to be as prepared as possible to succeed. And so for me as a mom, like, I'm okay if it's hard. I'm okay if it's tough. Like, why would I want to give my kids some easy, weak, watered down program that's not going to challenge them? Like, we all know that things that challenge, the greatest things come out of the areas we are challenged in. And so anyway, let me know in the comments if you have any questions about I would love to answer any. But I think I gave you the cost. We unboxed it. I told you about it. I think I told you everything I said I was going to tell you. And so anyway, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, hit the subscribe button. Make sure to ring the bell and give the video a thumbs up. So thanks so much for watching. We will see you on the next one.